Hi, everybody. Thank you for visiting our YouTube channel. My name is George Andriopoulos, and I am the Managing Director and owner of Launchpad 516 Business Consulting Group. We are a boutique management consulting firm, and we focus on helping companies evaluate and correct problems, as well as prepare for and execute their growth strategies. Our offices are located in Farmingdale, New York, which is on Long Island in close proximity to New York City, but we do service companies all over the country. You can visit us at launchpad516.com for more information on our company and see how we can help you. Again, that's Launchpad and then the numbers 516.com. So we're going to be hosting a weekly video blog on our channel to cover different business topics and to help you grow your own business. So this week's topic is going to be self-assessment and the assessment of your business. Now, companies look for management consulting firms to help with this process, and what we do is evaluate and assess a company's entire operation. So depending on what areas they need us to work on, whether it's operations, sales, employee issues, revenue problems, whatever the case is, we basically evaluate the business from an outside standpoint. We run all the analytics and metrics that are necessary to do a full evaluation. We formulate an action plan and finally help the business to implement the action plan. So the purpose of an action plan is to implement a strategy that will resolve issues that the company is having and issues that are hindering them from getting to their end goal. And that goal is more often than not to efficiently and easily make money, which is something we can all relate to. Business owners usually contact the consulting firm when problems arise, but unfortunately, most business owners are prone to pointing fingers at every direction but themselves to help pinpoint where a problem originates. Now, in my opinion, accountability and responsibility have to start at the top because you have to start at the top and work your way down to correct problems. Now, business owners, especially entrepreneurs in the early phases of growth, they need to set the bar for the rest of their company, okay? So this is where we get into self-assessment of the ownership and of the management of a company, because it's the first step towards reaching your goals of owning and operating a great business. Now, you can, of course, hire a company like my company, Launchpad 516, to perform these assessments, but it's always good for a business owner to be open-minded enough to make an analysis for themselves of their own companies and of themselves. Self-assessment basically is about looking at yourself and asking yourself certain questions. Questions like, am I being true to my mission for this company? Am I setting an example for my employees by being the best owner or manager that I can be? Can my employees rely on me being equally as invested and involved as I expect them to be in this company? Can my customers count on this company being a reflection of my original vision? And finally, do I follow the policies and procedures that I expect others to follow? And that's a big one. Business owners can sometimes be shocked to hear their own answers to these questions, and that's why asking them is so important. Now, putting protocols into place if you've gone astray from your goals can be a fantastic way to get back on the path to profitability. This isn't to say that your company's problems are all your fault as the owner. But if you can be accountable for your end of the deal and holding up your end of the deal, then that knocks one possible suspect off the list, so to speak. When you don't look at yourself first, you could very well become one of those business owners that lingers on the same complaints month after month and year after year. And what does that lead to? That leads to stagnant business. That leads to closing your doors eventually and going out of business. And that's something that none of us want to see. Okay, so address your company's problems. Prepare your company for growth by making sure it's running as efficient as possible, and then move on from those problems. Allow yourself to grow. You, as the business owner, do not have time to run a zoo. You were the one that came up with the concept for your business, and you need to spend your time strategizing your company's growth. So that being said, do you have time to do this? Very important question to ask yourself. That's something that you need to figure out, honestly. I can't answer that for you. The process of assessment and formulating action plans can be very time consuming, and it is very, very labor intensive depending on how deep into it you go. If you feel that a professional may be worth giving a shot, then make the call. I promise you that your return on investment will be greater than you could possibly imagine. But should you choose to go at it on your own, A major step in self-assessment is pinpointing your strengths and weaknesses and building a system from that evaluation that will help foster growth. Okay, again, like I said before, you want to prepare your company for growth so that when growth comes, you're ready for it. You're not blindsided and your company doesn't fall apart. It's a major, major stepping stone to becoming the company that you want to be. Okay, you're going to want to turn your weaknesses into strengths by delegating responsibility and making the necessary investments in your company. Okay, a company that does not invest in themselves is investing in failure. That's something that I have always said. You have to have enough foresight to know that even though there may not be a lot of money to invest back into your company now, it's the only way to grow your company and make that money later on. Okay. Now, another way to self-assess for someone who is very goal-oriented is to start back at the beginning. If this is a startup company, obviously you're already at the beginning. If this is an established company, yet you're still seeking help, then maybe it is a good idea to start back at the beginning. Okay? And a great way to start at the beginning is to formulate a business plan. Now, if you already have one, take a look at it. Remind yourself of what your goals were for this company when you first started it. If you don't have one, you can work with a professional like us to come up with a business plan, or we can help you rewrite your existing business plan. Now, business plans will definitely be a topic in a future video blog, so keep an eye out for that. But I want to say that the point of the business plan is to assess your clear goals, okay? When you're writing a business plan, you are setting clear goals for yourself and for your company, and you're going to want to achieve those goals strategically. And like I said, going back to the beginning, revisiting that business plan is probably one of the smartest things you can do. You want to assess or reassess your business, your products, your revenue, your operations, your sales, excuse me, your marketing, and of course your target customers. You want it to be fresh in your head when you're coming up with protocols and procedures to better your business. Okay, at that point, you're going to want to evaluate your internal problems as a team. Now, sometimes this can be a little difficult because if those problems are being caused by your management or your employees, it can be a little rough, but you have to push through. You have to, as a team, or at least with your key people, work out the issues. As an owner, it's imperative to consider the feedback of your employees because there are times when you're not seeing things from their point of view, and you're going to want to do that to be able to move through your problems. If you have key people who you think are important to the future and the growth of your company, you're going to want everybody on the same page. Okay, and if you evaluate these problems as a team and with your team, you can set your standards, then you get a clear idea of who's on board. All right, now if somebody's not on board, then this was just a great way to weed out the unnecessary employees, cut some payroll, and really take those key people who are on board. You move on and you create something better than you have now. And, you know, these ideas, they're just a general idea of our mindset as consultants and our ideologies on the importance of self-assessment in this process of becoming a better business. If you want more information or seek services of a professional, you can obviously contact us here at Launchpad 516. Again, we service companies of any size across the country, and our commitment to excellence, it lies in the fact that we're a boutique firm and you will always deal with a managing partner for your case assessment. So tune into next week's video, which is going to be on business plan. It's going to really, really offer some great insight into business plans. We're going to go a little more in depth on how to create a business plan, what investors or financial institutions are looking for out of a business plan, and how a business plan can be vital to bettering your business in general. I want to thank you again for tuning into our channel. Again, you can visit our website at launchpad516.com. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Launchpad516. Follow us on Twitter at Launchpad516. Check us out on LinkedIn. And of course, keep watching us on YouTube. Thanks for coming by, and we'll see you next week.